The Comprehensive Guide to Sandalwood, History, Uses, Benefits, and Conservation. Introduction to Sandalwood. Sandalwood is not just a wood, it's a legacy. Revered for its hauntingly sweet fragrance and luxurious texture, this aromatic wood has captivated cultures for centuries. From sacred rituals in India to fine perfumery in France, sandalwood has carved a place for itself not only in temples and altars but also in hearts and homes across the globe. When people talk about sandalwood, they often refer to more than just a tree. It's a symbol of purity in Hindu and Buddhist rituals, a rare ingredient in the world's most expensive perfumes, and a treasured material for artisanal carvings and spiritual objects. Despite its global popularity, true sandalwood, especially from the Santalum genus, is rare and often surrounded by myths, regulations, and skyrocketing market values. But what exactly is sandalwood? Why has it been so revered? How is it different from other aromatic woods like cedar or agarwood? And perhaps most importantly, what does the future look like for this threatened resource? In this comprehensive article, we'll explore every facet of sandalwood. You'll learn about its botanical roots, its role in ancient traditions, its modern applications in industries like perfumery and woodworking, and the sustainability challenges facing the trade. We'll also look at how various species of sandalwood differ across regions, from the famed Indian sandalwood, Santalum album, to the hardy Australian varieties and even counterfeit versions that confuse markets. Whether you're a perfumer, a craftsman, a student of botany, or simply someone intrigued by nature's treasures, this deep dive into sandalwood will leave you with a profound appreciation for one of the most precious woods on Earth. Let's begin by examining its botanical identity and global spread. 2. Botanical and scientific background. Sandalwood is more than just a pleasant-smelling wood. It is a member of a fascinating and ecologically complex genus known as Santalum. Botanically speaking, sandalwood belongs to the Santalaceae family, which includes a variety of shrubs, small trees, and hemiparasitic plants. This section explores the taxonomy, biology, growth habits, and ecological requirements of sandalwood, laying the scientific foundation for understanding its rarity and significance. 2.1 Taxonomy and classification. The genus Santalum includes around 15 recognized species, though the number may vary slightly depending on classification systems and new discoveries. The most well-known species is Santalum album, commonly referred to as Indian sandalwood, considered the most fragrant and commercially valuable. Here is a basic taxonomy of sandalwood. Kingdom: Plantae. Order: Santalales. Family: Santalaceae. Genus: Santalum. Species: album, among others like Santalum spicatum, S. ellipticum, S. austrocaladonicum. Sandalwood species are found in various parts of the world, including India, Santalum album; Australia, Santalum spicatum, Santalum lanceolatum; Indonesia and Timor, Santalum album, Santalum macgregori; Pacific Islands, Santalum yasi in Fiji, S. austrocaladonicum in New Caledonia; Hawaii, Santalum paniculatum, S. ellipticum. 2.2 Hemiparasitic nature. One of the most interesting botanical traits of sandalwood is that it is hemiparasitic. It can perform photosynthesis, but also draws nutrients from the roots of nearby host plants. This feature is crucial for its survival and affects how it is cultivated. Sandalwood trees form a haustorial connection with the roots of compatible host plants, such as legumes or nitrogen-fixing shrubs, allowing them to absorb water and nutrients. This makes wild sandalwood growth dependent on a biodiverse ecosystem. Some common host plants include Casuarina equisetifolia, Acacia spp, Sesbania grandiflora, Pongamia pinnata. This parasitic dependency also complicates commercial cultivation. Sandalwood plantations must incorporate companion plants to support growth. 2.3 Morphological features. Although species may vary, most sandalwood trees share several common physical features. Height, typically between 4 to 10 meters tall. Trunk diameter, can grow up to 60 centimeters across in mature specimens. Leaves, simple, opposite, ovate to lanceolate, glossy green. Bark, smooth to scaly, grayish-brown. Flowers, small, reddish-purple or pink, inconspicuous but fragrant. Small drupe, purplish-black when ripe, containing a single seed. The heartwood, which begins to form after 10 to 15 years, is the most valued part for its high concentration of santalol, the compound responsible for the signature sandalwood fragrance. 2.4 Growth cycle and longevity. Sandalwood trees are slow-growing and can live for over 80 to 100 years in the wild. However, it generally takes at least 15 to 20 years for a tree to develop commercially viable heartwood with sufficient oil content. Factors influencing the growth rate and oil production include soil quality and drainage, proximity and type of host plants, climate and rainfall patterns, genetic traits of the species or cultivar, harvesting practices and stress factors. Due to overharvesting and the long maturation period, wild populations of Santalum album have declined dramatically, leading to regulatory protection and increased interest in sustainable plantation methods. 2.5 Distribution and habitat. Indian sandalwood, Santalum album native to the Indian subcontinent. Santalum album prefers tropical dry deciduous forests, especially in the Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala regions. It thrives at elevations up to 1,200 meters and prefers sandy or loamy soils. Australian sandalwood, Santalum spicatum native to Western Australia. This species is more tolerant of arid climates and can survive in semi-desert conditions, making it a popular alternative in commercial plantations. Pacific and Hawaiian sandalwood. Species like Santalum yasi and S. ellipticum are adapted to the unique island ecosystems of Fiji and Hawaii, respectively. These trees often occupy coastal scrublands or dry forests, and are closely integrated with indigenous cultural practices. 2.6 Chemical composition. The primary component that makes sandalwood so valuable is santalol, a group of sesquiterpenoid alcohols found in high concentrations in the heartwood. Key constituents include alpha-santalol, 40 to 50% of essential oil, beta-santalol, 20 to 25%, santalines, small amounts. These compounds are responsible not only for sandalwood's distinct aroma but also for its therapeutic properties, such as anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antioxidant, anxiolytic, calming effects. Indian sandalwood contains up to 6% essential oil by dry weight in the heartwood, significantly more than most other species. 2.7 Threats and conservation status. Due to overexploitation, illegal logging, and habitat loss, Santalum album has been classified as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List. Wild trees in India are protected by strict government regulations, and harvesting is allowed only through authorized channels. Conservation efforts include government plantations, agroforestry models with host plants, genetic improvement programs, international cultivation in Australia and Southeast Asia. In short, sandalwood's botanical identity reveals why it is both biologically unique and ecologically fragile. Its hemiparasitic lifestyle, slow growth, and dependence on host species make it challenging, but not impossible, to cultivate responsibly. 3 Types of sandalwood around the world. Sandalwood isn't a single species, it's a collection of closely related trees that vary in fragrance, oil content, and cultural value depending on where they grow. Each species of sandalwood has a unique identity shaped by its native climate, ecological conditions, and history of use. Understanding these types helps us appreciate both the diversity and rarity of this prized wood. In this section, we'll explore the major types of sandalwood used worldwide, how they compare, and what makes each one special. 3.1 Indian sandalwood, Santalum album, left magnifying glass emoji, overview. Native range, India, Indonesia, Timor-Leste. Status, vulnerable IUCN Red List, commercial value, highest. Essential oil content, 4 to 6%. Fragrance profile, warm, rich, creamy, slightly sweet. Indian sandalwood, or chandan in Sanskrit, is the most valuable and widely recognized type of sandalwood. Its oil is renowned for its exceptional quality and longevity, making it the gold standard in perfumery, traditional medicine, and spiritual rituals. Light bulb emoji, cultural uses. Used in Ayurvedic medicine and Unani systems for centuries. Central to Hindu rituals, including cremation, pujas, and weddings. Widely used in carving religious statues and incense sticks. Oil extracted for premium perfumes and cosmetics. Herb emoji, conservation notes. India has placed strict regulations on Santalum album harvesting. Private ownership of sandalwood trees was restricted for many years, but reforms are now encouraging sustainable cultivation through private-public partnerships. 3.2 Australian sandalwood, Santalum spicatum, left magnifying glass emoji, overview. Native range, Western and South Australia. Status, not threatened. Commercial value, moderate. Essential oil content, 2 to 4%. Fragrance profile, woody, dry, slightly pungent. This species has emerged as a commercial alternative to Indian sandalwood due to its adaptability and less restrictive regulations. It thrives in semi-arid environments and is easier to cultivate, though its scent is considered inferior to Santalum album. Light bulb emoji, Uses. Used in incense and mid-range perfumes. Exported as wood chips or essential oil. Integral to indigenous Australian customs and bush medicine. Herb emoji. Conservation notes. Australia has invested heavily in sandalwood plantations, especially in Western Australia, with thousands of hectares under cultivation. Many plantations blend conservation goals with commercial production. 3.3 Hawaiian sandalwood, Santalum paniculatum, S. ellipticum, S. fracascianum, left magnifying glass emoji, overview. Native range, Hawaiian Islands. Status, threatened. Essential oil content, moderate. Fragrance profile, soft, sweet, floral. Known locally as Iliahi, Hawaiian sandalwood includes several endemic species. Once a major export in the 19th century, sandalwood from Hawaii was extensively logged during the sandalwood era, leading to sharp population declines. Cultural uses. Incorporated into Hawaiian healing traditions. Used by native Hawaiians in ceremonial chants and rituals. Wood carved into traditional tools and spiritual artifacts. Herb emoji. Conservation notes. Many Hawaiian sandalwood species are now endangered due to historical overharvesting and habitat destruction. Conservation efforts focus on seed propagation and habitat restoration in collaboration with local communities. 3.4 Pacific Island sandalwoods, Santalum austrocaladonicum, S. yasi, etc. Left magnifying glass emoji, overview. Native range, Fiji, New Caledonia, Vanuatu, Tonga. Status, varies by species and region. Fragrance profile, subtle, somewhat fruity or floral. These species have been exported for centuries and are valued locally for traditional use. They are often cultivated alongside cash crops and used in cottage industries. Light bulb emoji, uses. Important in local handicrafts and incense. Utilized in traditional medicine and cultural ceremonies. Exported in small batches for perfumery and carving. Herb emoji. Conservation notes. Some Pacific sandalwoods face sustainability challenges due to lack of formal protection, illegal logging, and climate change. However, regional governments and NGOs are increasingly involved in planting and monitoring programs. 3.5 Synthetics and lookalikes. Due to high demand and dwindling supplies, many products labeled sandalwood may not be Santalum at all. Common substitutes include Amarus balsamifera, West Indian sandalwood, a low-cost substitute with a faint woody scent, unrelated botanically to Santalum. Red sandalwood, Pterocarpus santalinus. Also from India, this is a non-fragrant hardwood used for coloring and dyeing, not aroma. Synthetic sandalwood. Compounds like ebenol or sandella are lab-created fragrances that mimic sandalwood oil, commonly used in mass-market perfumes. While these substitutes serve functional roles in industry, they don't match the aromatic complexity or spiritual significance of genuine sandalwood. Understanding the diversity of sandalwood species gives us a clearer picture of the global sandalwood economy and the need for thoughtful use. Not all sandalwoods are created equal. Some are rich in scent but scarce in supply, while others are abundant but less aromatic. As consumers, artisans, or nature enthusiasts, recognizing these distinctions helps us make informed, sustainable choices. 4. Physical properties and characteristics of sandalwood. The appeal of sandalwood isn't just limited to its fragrance. Its physical properties also contribute significantly to its reputation as a high-value wood. Whether it's used in fine woodworking, religious carvings, or essential oil production, sandalwood's grain, density, and durability make it a favorite among artisans and craftsmen worldwide. In this section, we'll take a deep dive into the physical, mechanical, and anatomical properties that make sandalwood both beautiful and functional. 4.1 Color and appearance. One of the first things people notice about sandalwood is its color, which can vary slightly depending on the species and maturity of the tree. Floral diamond emoji, heartwood. Ranges from pale yellow to golden brown, sometimes darkening with age. Contains the highest concentration of essential oil. Has a waxy, buttery sheen when polished. Sapwood. Typically pale, creamy white, and far less aromatic. Usually removed before oil distillation or carving. The transition between sapwood and heartwood is usually distinct, which is useful when selecting wood for either fragrance extraction or crafting. 4.2 Grain and texture. Sandalwood is admired for its fine, even grain and smooth texture, which makes it highly workable and excellent for carving. Grain, straight to slightly interlocked. Texture, fine and uniform. Luster, natural silky sheen. Workability, excellent, cuts, turns, and polishes well. Due to its natural oils, sandalwood often has a greasy or oily feel, which enhances its workability but may affect glue adhesion unless pre-treated. 4.3 Density and hardness. Sandalwood is considered a hardwood, but its hardness and density vary among species. This high density contributes to its durability and also to the longevity of its scent. The denser the wood, the longer it retains fragrance. 4.4 Durability and resistance. Sandalwood is naturally resistant to decay and insect attack, largely due to the santalol compounds present in its heartwood. This gives it excellent durability, especially in dry and moderately humid climates. Durability class. Highly durable, especially Santalum album. Resistant to termites, fungi, and wood borers. Suitable for both indoor and decorative outdoor use, although not for load-bearing structures. This durability has made sandalwood a prized material for religious relics, beads, meditation tools, and heirloom-quality carvings. 4.5 Aroma and oil content. The single most defining characteristic of sandalwood is its aroma, which comes from the essential oil within the heartwood. Scent profile: warm, creamy, slightly sweet, with balsamic and woody undertones. Longevity: one of the longest-lasting natural fragrances. Oil yield: varies from 2% to 6% of dry weight in heartwood. Distillation: typically steam distilled, wood must be chipped and aged for optimal yield. Notable chemical components. Alpha-santalol, 40 to 50%, contributes to warmth and persistence of scent. Beta-santalol, 20 to 25%, slightly spicy, woody character. Santalene, present in smaller amounts, adds complexity. Even centuries-old sandalwood carvings can retain a faint aroma, making it one of the few woods that age with aromatic grace. 4.6 Burning and thermal properties. Sandalwood is slow-burning and emits a mellow, soothing fragrance when used as incense or ceremonial firewood. Combustion rate: slow and even. Smoke output: low, does not produce dense smoke. Fragrance when burned: richer and more intense than raw aroma. Ash production: minimal. This has led to its widespread use in temple rituals, funerary practices, and meditative incense blends, especially in Hindu and Buddhist cultures. 4.7 Acoustic and musical qualities. Though rarely discussed, sandalwood has also found niche use in musical instruments, particularly in flutes and fingerboards, due to its fine grain, stability, and resonance. Tone quality: warm, mellow, and smooth. Workability: allows precise shaping and finishing. Stability: holds form well in changing humidity conditions. Some artisans claim that sandalwood adds a subtle, soulful timbre to instruments, though its cost restricts widespread use. 4.8 Machinability and carving behavior. Sandalwood is beloved by woodworkers for how easily it responds to shaping, cutting, and polishing. Tools required: standard woodworking tools, carbide blades preferred for dense heartwood. Carving detail: supports intricate detailing, ideal for small sculptures, jewelry, and beads. Finishing: accepts oil, wax, or natural polish very well. Gluing: oil content can interfere, surfaces may need cleaning before adhesion. Craftsmen often note that working with sandalwood is not just a tactile experience, but also aromatherapeutic, as the scent is released with each cut. Sandalwood's exceptional physical properties make it a dual-purpose resource, valued both for its structural integrity and its aromatic beauty. Its grain and density make it a joy to work with, while its durability and scent elevate it to legendary status in both functional and spiritual domains. 5. Cultural, spiritual, and medicinal significance of sandalwood. Sandalwood is far more than a beautiful, fragrant wood. Throughout human history, it has been a sacred symbol, a healing substance, and a bridge between the earthly and the divine. Revered across Asia, the Middle East, and parts of the West, sandalwood holds deep spiritual, cultural, and medicinal significance. In this section, we'll explore the diverse ways in which civilizations have honored and used sandalwood across centuries. 5.1 Sandalwood in religion and spirituality. Sandalwood has played a pivotal role in the spiritual practices of Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sufism, as well as in some Christian and Taoist traditions. Om emoji, in Hinduism. Sacred symbolism: sandalwood, chandan, is associated with purity, divine energy, Shakti, and spiritual awakening. Temple rituals: used to anoint deities. Sandalwood paste is applied to idols and devotees' foreheads as a mark of protection and devotion. Talak, funerary rites: high caste Hindu funerals may include burning sandalwood on the pyre. The fragrant smoke is believed to purify the soul's passage to the afterlife. Meditation and yoga: Sandalwood oil is burned or applied during spiritual practices to calm the mind and aid concentration. Wheel of Dharma emoji. In Buddhism. Incense offering. Burning sandalwood incense is a form of devotion and mindfulness, symbolizing the impermanence of life and the path to nirvana. Buddha statues. Carved sandalwood statues of the Buddha are treasured, especially in Tibet and Southeast Asia. Monastic use. Sandalwood is believed to sharpen awareness and encourage tranquility, making it ideal for monasteries and meditation centers. Dove emoji. In Christianity. While less common, some Christian liturgical traditions include sandalwood incense during major feast days and processions to symbolize sanctification and prayer rising to heaven, used in anointing oils and perfumed blends, particularly in early Eastern Orthodox and Catholic rites. Star and crescent emoji. In Sufi Islam. In Sufi poetry and rituals, sandalwood represents divine love, purity, and longing, applied as fragrant paste during spiritual ceremonies like Qawwali and Urs, death anniversaries of saints. Seen as a scent that draws the seeker closer to God. Person in lotus position emoji. In Jainism. Sandalwood is considered non-violent and spiritually pure. Jain monks and temples often use sandalwood in pujas and to decorate Tirthankara statues. 5.2 Medicinal uses in traditional systems. Sandalwood has been used for millennia in ancient healing systems such as Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, and Unani. Its calming, cooling, and antiseptic properties made it a versatile therapeutic agent. Herb emoji. In Ayurveda. Dosha balancer, primarily pacifies pitta, heat and inflammation, and vata, anxiety, dryness. Applications. O paste, applied to skin for rashes, acne, and sunburns. O oil, used in massage for calming the nervous system. O inhalation, treats headaches and insomnia. Internal use. Mixed with honey or milk for urinary tract infections, digestive upsets, or fevers, only under supervision. Test tube emoji. In Unani medicine. Known as sandal safed, it is used as a heart tonic, diuretic, and blood purifier, often combined with rose water or other herbs in cooling formulations. Tea emoji. In traditional Chinese medicine. TCM, believed to invigorate blood flow, clear heat, and open the meridians. Often used in formulas treating chest pain, stomach issues, and anxiety, applied topically or as part of incense in emotional healing rituals. 5.3 Folk and indigenous medicinal uses. Globe emoji. Aboriginal Australians use Santalum spicatum for treating colds, wounds, and digestive issues. Ground leaves or wood were used as antiseptic pastes. Palm tree emoji. Polynesian and Pacific cultures. In Fiji, Tonga, and Vanuatu, sandalwood bark and oil were used in ceremonial healing and as perfumes or skin protectants. Some cultures believe sandalwood brought good luck and repelled evil spirits. Hibiscus emoji. Hawaiian use. Hawaiian sandalwood, iliahi, was used for spiritual cleansing, in massage oils, and to treat skin problems and emotional imbalances. 5.4 Aromatherapy and modern wellness. In the modern era, sandalwood essential oil is a pillar of aromatherapy, valued for its psychological and physiological effects. Relieved face emoji. Emotional benefits. Reduces anxiety and overthinking. Calms the mind during meditation. Helps manage anger and emotional fatigue. Boosts inner clarity and grounding. Stethoscope emoji. Physical benefits. Anti-inflammatory. Antiseptic and antibacterial. Moisturizes dry skin and combats aging. Balances oil production in acne-prone skin. Many luxury skincare brands use sandalwood oil in serums, soaps, and creams due to its natural antiseptic properties and pleasing scent. 5.5 Cultural symbolism and metaphor. Sandalwood occupies a unique space in many literatures and philosophies as a metaphor for virtue, humility, and spiritual essence. Writing hand emoji. In Sanskrit and Hindu literature. Sandalwood perfumes the axe that cuts it. O, a metaphor for forgiveness and grace in adversity. Dove emoji. In Persian and Urdu poetry. Symbolizes love, longing, and spiritual ecstasy, frequently used in Sufi metaphors for divine beauty and fragrance of truth. Scroll emoji. In Chinese proverbs. Associated with longevity, calmness, and nobility. These symbolic uses reflect sandalwood's identity as a moral and spiritual teacher in nature's disguise. 5.6 Contemporary cultural uses. Weddings. In India and Sri Lanka, sandalwood paste is applied to the bride and groom to symbolize purification. Festivals, burned during Diwali, Holi, Vesak, and Eid for ceremonial fragrance. Jewelry, sandalwood prayer beads, japa mala, are used for meditation and worn for their calming scent. Conclusion. The soul of fragrance and ritual. Sandalwood is not merely a wood or oil, it is a spiritual medium, a symbol of inner purity, and a medicine for both body and soul. Across cultures and centuries, it has been treasured not just for its scent, but for its power to soothe, sanctify, and inspire. 6. Sandalwood in perfumery and cosmetics. Sandalwood is one of the most cherished ingredients in the world of perfumery and beauty care. Its deep, creamy, and long-lasting aroma serves as a foundation for countless luxury scents and skincare products. Few natural materials can match sandalwood's olfactory elegance, fixative properties, and skin-soothing effects. In this section, we'll explore the roles of sandalwood in modern and historical perfumery, its cosmetic applications, synthetic alternatives, and its enduring place in global fragrance. 6.1 The role of sandalwood in perfumery. Lotion emoji, base note extraordinaire. In the art of perfumery, scents are often divided into top, middle, and base notes. Sandalwood is almost always used as a base note. Fixative power, it stabilizes volatile top and middle notes, making the perfume last longer. Aromatic profile, soft, warm, milky, woody, and slightly sweet. Versatility, blends harmoniously with florals, jasmine, rose, spices, clove, cardamom, citruses, and resins, myrrh, frankincense. 6.2 Historical use in perfumery. Sandalwood has been used in perfumery since ancient civilizations. India, traditional adders, idar, are distilled with sandalwood oil as the base. Arab world, used in mukallets, blends of oud, rose, and sandalwood worn by royalty. China and Japan, incorporated into incense-based perfumes used for spiritual and aesthetic purposes. Europe, introduced to French perfumery in the 18th–19th centuries, where it became a luxury staple. Sandalwood was considered a noble fragrance, reserved for religious ceremonies, royalty, and special occasions. 6.3 Sandalwood in modern perfume formulations. Modern perfumers still rely on sandalwood for its elegance and longevity. Sandalwood is frequently used in unisex and masculine fragrances, but also adds depth to floral or gourmand perfumes. 6.4 Sandalwood in cosmetics and skincare. Beyond fragrance, sandalwood has long been valued in cosmetic and dermatological formulations for its soothing and anti-inflammatory effects. Herb emoji, skincare applications. Anti-acne. Its antibacterial properties help fight acne-causing bacteria, anti-aging, antioxidants and natural oils help reduce wrinkles and fine lines. Skin brightening. Traditional remedies use sandalwood paste to reduce blemishes and dark spots. Hydration. Sandalwood oil nourishes dry, flaky skin. Soap emoji, common products featuring sandalwood. Cleansers and toners. Facial masks and scrubs. Essential oil blends. Aftershave lotions. Ayurvedic soaps, like Chandrika and Mysore sandal soap. 6.5 Sandalwood in hair and body care. Sandalwood oil is increasingly used in hair care products due to its nourishing qualities. Woman getting haircut emoji, benefits for hair. Strengthens roots. Massaging sandalwood oil may reduce hair fall. Combats dandruff, antiseptic properties soothe dry, itchy scalp, natural fragrance, provides a lasting, earthy aroma. Body care products, such as body oils, deodorants, bath salts and shaving creams, often use sandalwood for its cooling, calming, and luxurious feel. 6.6 Synthetic sandalwood and sustainability challenges. Due to overharvesting and the endangered status of Santalum album, natural sandalwood is both expensive and limited. This has led to the development of synthetic sandalwood substitutes. Though synthetic alternatives provide affordability and consistency, many connoisseurs argue they lack the depth, soul, and complexity of real sandalwood. 6.7 Ethical and sustainable perfumery trends. The rise of natural, ethical, and eco-conscious perfumery has brought renewed attention to how sandalwood is sourced. Left magnifying glass emoji, key ethical practices. Fair trade and community partnerships, for example, in Australia and Sri Lanka, sustainable plantations using renewable agroforestry methods. Transparency in origin labeling. Certified organic sandalwood oil. Luxury brands now often highlight traceable sandalwood sourcing as part of their value proposition. 6.8 Cultural influence of sandalwood fragrance. Sandalwood's aroma is deeply embedded in cultural identity across regions. India, associated with divinity, tradition, and elegance. Middle East, symbol of opulence and spiritual mysticism. Japan, used in kodo, the way of incense, to refine the senses. Western luxury markets, linked with sophistication, calm, and minimalism. Whether as a scent of royalty or a whisper of meditation, sandalwood continues to captivate the human imagination. Conclusion: a fragrance for the ages. Sandalwood's presence in perfumery and cosmetics is not just historical, it's iconic. With its serene aroma, powerful fixative properties, and skin-friendly benefits, sandalwood stands as a pillar of olfactory artistry. From ancient rituals to modern luxury, it remains an irreplaceable essence in both scent and self-care. 7. Woodworking and artistic uses of sandalwood. Sandalwood has long been admired not only for its fragrance and sacred significance but also for its exceptional properties as a carving and crafting material. Its fine grain, durability, and rich natural scent make it ideal for everything from religious sculptures to musical instruments and luxury inlays. This section explores the artistic, utilitarian, and decorative roles of sandalwood throughout history and across cultures. 7.1 Properties that make sandalwood ideal for craftwork. Sandalwood's physical characteristics contribute significantly to its popularity among artisans and woodworkers. These attributes make it suitable for both intricate artistic work and functional objects. 7.2 Traditional sandalwood carving centers. Several regions across the globe have developed traditions around sandalwood craftsmanship, especially in religious and royal contexts. India. India, especially the southern states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, has been a hub of sandalwood carving for centuries. Mysore sandalwood carving, known for ornate relief sculptures, floral motifs, and mythological scenes. Deity sculptures. Statues of gods like Ganesha, Krishna, and Lakshmi are traditionally carved from sandalwood. Royal legacy. Sandalwood objects were common in royal gifts, thrones, and palanquins. China. China. Chinese artisans prized Indian sandalwood during the Ming and Qing dynasties, used in Buddhist temple decorations and ceremonial items, frequently used for snuff bottles, miniature pagodas, and hairpins. Japan. Japan. Sandalwood is used in kodo utensils, tools for incense ceremony, miniature carvings and netsuke, mini sculptures for kimono sashes. 7.3 Religious and ritual artifacts. Sandalwood's spiritual significance is amplified through the objects made from it. Prayer beads, japa mala, typically made from sandalwood, used for mantra chanting and meditation. Incense holders, elegant, carved holders for spiritual use. Temple panels, inlaid or sculpted panels, decorate doors, pillars, and sanctums. Because of its fragrance and sanctity, sandalwood is often seen as a material manifestation of devotion. 7.4 Jewelry and personal adornments. Artisans across Asia have crafted sandalwood jewelry for centuries, prized for its scent and symbolic power. Bracelets, necklaces, and earrings. Hair accessories like combs and pins. Perfumed beads that retain scent for years. Wearing sandalwood is believed to calm the mind and offer spiritual protection. 7.5 Decorative arts and luxury objects. Due to its rarity and desirability, sandalwood has been used in crafting luxurious, heirloom-quality pieces, such as boxes and caskets for jewels or letters, fan handles, mirror frames, and hand mirrors, chess sets and backgammon boards, pen holders and writing instruments. Inlay work using sandalwood is especially admired in marquetry and mosaic crafts, often paired with ivory, rosewood, and metals. 7.6 Musical instruments. Sandalwood has found its way into classical musical instruments, especially in Indian traditions. Veena and cedar components. Flutes and recorders, for their resonant and sweet tone. Drum inlays and harmonium cases. Its resonant tone and aromatic quality make sandalwood both functional and spiritual in music. 7.7 Modern woodcraft and contemporary art. In the modern era, sandalwood continues to inspire artisans and designers. Bespoke furniture made with small amounts of sandalwood as accent inlays. Limited edition pens, knives, and timepieces. Modern sculpture blending traditional material with contemporary themes. Some artists use reclaimed sandalwood or offcuts from oil extraction to reduce waste and support sustainable practices. 7.8 Challenges and ethical considerations in crafting. Due to the endangered status of Indian sandalwood, the use of this wood in crafts has raised ethical concerns. Regulations. In India, use of sandalwood is tightly regulated. Artisans need government permission to source and work with it. Alternatives. Other species like Australian sandalwood, Santalum spicatum, or New Caledonian sandalwood, Santalum austrocaledonicum, are used instead. Sustainable design. Many artisans now focus on small-scale, low-waste, and eco-certified production. 7.9 Notable institutions and artisan communities. Several institutions and communities are dedicated to preserving sandalwood craftsmanship. Karnataka Handicrafts Development Corporation supports sandalwood artisans through training and marketing. Crafts councils in Tamil Nadu and Kerala focus on sustainable artisanal economies. Indigenous groups in Australia blend traditional ecological knowledge with sandalwood harvesting and craft. These bodies aim to preserve both the artistic legacy and ecological future of sandalwood use. Conclusion. The artistic soul of sandalwood. The legacy of sandalwood in woodworking and art is one of elegance, devotion, and tradition. Whether carved into divine forms, worn as fragrant ornaments, or shaped into timeless heirlooms, sandalwood remains a material of reverence and refinement. Its unique blend of aroma, workability, and symbolism ensures its continued presence in the world of fine craft and sacred design. Cultivation, harvesting, and conservation efforts. Sandalwood is a high-value but slow-growing and increasingly threatened species, particularly Santalum album. The tree's long maturation period, the clandestine black market, and overharvesting have led to steep population declines in many of its native regions. At the same time, demand continues to grow across perfumery, traditional medicine, and spiritual industries. This section explores how sandalwood is cultivated, the challenges of harvesting, and what efforts are being made to conserve this ancient tree. 8.1 Life cycle and growth requirements. Sandalwood is a hemiparasitic tree, meaning it draws some of its nutrients from the roots of neighboring host plants while still performing photosynthesis. Seedling emoji, key growth characteristics. Botanical name, Santalum album, Indian sandalwood, or Santalum spicatum, Australian, height, 4 to 9 meters. Lifespan, 40 to 80 years, some survive over 100 years. Maturity for harvest, 15 to 30 years, depending on the species and region. Host requirement, needs a host plant for part of its nutrition. Common hosts, acacia, casuarina, sesbania, sun emoji. Optimal growing conditions. Factor preferred condition. Climate tropical to subtropical. Rainfall 600 to 1,600 millimeters annually. Temperature 12 to 35 degrees Celsius. Soil well drained, sandy or loamy. Elevation 200 to 1,200 meters. 8.2 Cultivation techniques. With wild trees declining, many countries have turned to sandalwood plantations and agroforestry systems to meet demand sustainably. Deciduous tree emoji. Agroforestry model. Sandalwood trees are intercropped with nitrogen-fixing host species. This polyculture approach improves biodiversity and yields, ideal for smallholder farmers looking to diversify income. Test tube emoji, tissue culture and micropropagation. Some research institutions and private companies now use biotechnology to propagate sandalwood more efficiently. Micropropagation helps replicate elite trees with high oil content, reduces the long waiting time typically needed to obtain viable seedlings. 8.3 Global cultivation regions. While sandalwood originated in India and Southeast Asia, it is now cultivated in multiple regions around the world. India emoji. India, once the world leader in sandalwood production, now heavily regulated due to past overharvesting and smuggling. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala are still major production states. Government plantations and private farms coexist. Australia emoji. Australia, currently the largest producer of plantation-grown sandalwood, focuses on both Santalum spicatum, native, and Santalum album, introduced. Western Australia and the Northern Territory are major growing zones. Companies like Quintus lead global commercial efforts. 8.4 Harvesting practices and oil extraction. Sandalwood is harvested for its heartwood, which contains the highest concentration of santalol, the key aromatic compound. Wood emoji. Harvesting methods. Trees are cut at the base and roots are extracted. Much of the oil is in the root. Ideal harvest age, 15 to 20 years. Older trees yield more oil. Logs are aged and cured before oil extraction. Lotion emoji. Oil extraction. Traditional method. Steam distillation, used in India for centuries. Modern method. Supercritical CO2 extraction for higher yield and purity. Average yield, 3 to 5% oil from total wood mass, depending on species and quality. 8.5 Challenges in sustainable harvesting. Despite cultivation improvements, several critical issues remain. Illegal logging, especially prevalent in India due to high value. Smuggling networks. A lucrative black market driven by perfumery and traditional medicine demand. Slow growth. Long maturity makes it hard to scale up quickly. Climate change increasingly affects plantation stability and host plant availability. Soil degradation. Continuous harvesting without regenerative practices can exhaust land. Underscore. 8.6 Conservation status and legal protections. Red octagon emoji, IUCN Red List. Santalum album is classified as vulnerable due to a decline of over 80% in wild populations over the last century. In many countries, individuals must register their trees and gain permission to harvest them, even on private land. Underscore 8.7 Conservation initiatives and research. Multiple initiatives aim to preserve the genetic diversity and sustainability of sandalwood. Sandalwood Research Institute, India, studies propagation, disease resistance, and oil enhancement. UN Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, supports agroforestry and conservation in the Pacific Islands. Botanical gardens and seed banks preserve germplasm and rare sandalwood species. Recycle emoji, community-led efforts. In parts of India and Australia, indigenous and rural communities are trained in sustainable harvesting and replanting practices. Programs include revenue-sharing models, cooperative farming, and certified organic sandalwood production. 8.8 Role of certification and traceability. With increasing global scrutiny on deforestation and biodiversity loss, certification systems now play a vital role. Forest Stewardship Council, FSC, ensures wood comes from responsibly managed forests. Fair Wild promotes ethical sourcing of wild plants, including sandalwood, organic and geographic indication, GI, tags, used in India to protect traditional products like Mysore sandalwood oil. Conclusion. Toward a sustainable sandalwood future. Sandalwood cultivation and conservation present both great promise and significant challenges. While the tree's commercial potential continues to grow, so does the need for thoughtful, science-backed, and community-oriented stewardship. If managed wisely, sandalwood can serve as a model of how ancient plants can thrive in the modern world, balancing tradition, ecology, and commerce. 9. Sandalwood versus other aromatic woods. Sandalwood is often celebrated as one of the world's most precious aromatic woods. However, it shares the spotlight with several other fragrant woods that have been prized throughout history for their scent, uses, and cultural importance. This section compares sandalwood with some of the most well-known aromatic woods, exploring their differences in aroma, composition, uses, and economic value. 9.1 Defining aromatic woods. Aromatic woods are timber species whose heartwood contains essential oils or resins that emit characteristic scents. These woods are used in perfumery, incense, carving, and traditional medicine. Common aromatic woods include sandalwood, Santalum spp, agarwood/oud, Aquilaria spp, cedarwood, Cedrus spp, rosewood, Dalbergia spp, Palo Santo, Bursera graveolens, Amyris, Amyris balsamifera, Guaiac wood, Guaiacum officinale. 9.2 Sandalwood versus agarwood, oud. Sandalwood offers a creamy, consistent scent ideal for bases and blends, whereas agarwood's smoky, mysterious aroma is prized as a luxurious niche ingredient, often commanding higher prices due to rarity. 9.3 Sandalwood versus cedarwood. Cedarwood's scent is more astringent and fresh compared to sandalwood's smooth sweetness. Both woods have strong historical and religious significance but fulfill different aromatic roles. 9.4 Sandalwood versus rosewood. While rosewood is prized more for its timber and less for fragrance, sandalwood is sought primarily for its aromatic oils. Their visual and olfactory profiles are quite distinct. 9.5 Sandalwood versus Palo Santo. Palo Santo offers a lighter, more citrusy and fresh aroma than sandalwood's dense creaminess. It is primarily used in cleansing and spiritual contexts rather than perfumery. 9.6 Unique characteristics of sandalwood. Several features set sandalwood apart from other aromatic woods. Oil stability. Sandalwood oil remains fragrant for decades, even centuries. Consistent aroma. Unlike agarwood, which varies greatly, sandalwood offers a reliably smooth scent. Versatile usage. Perfumes, skincare, incense, carving, and medicinal uses. Cultural depth. Embedded in religious, artistic, and medicinal traditions worldwide. Sustainability challenges, unique growth needs and overharvesting risks make it a symbol of conservation urgency. 9.7 Economic and market comparisons. Price point. Agarwood often surpasses sandalwood in price per kilogram, but sandalwood oil commands a premium in international perfumery. Global production. Australia leads in plantation sandalwood. India still controls wild and cultivated sandalwood markets. Synthetic alternatives, widely produced for both sandalwood and agarwood scents, but natural oils remain superior. Conclusion. Aromatic woods in perspective. Sandalwood occupies a unique place among fragrant woods, offering a creamy, long-lasting scent prized in many cultures and industries. While other aromatic woods like agarwood, cedarwood, and Palo Santo have their own distinct aromas and cultural significance, sandalwood's versatility, stability, and deep-rooted spiritual value keep it at the forefront of the aromatic wood world. Conclusion and modern relevance of sandalwood. Sandalwood stands as a remarkable natural treasure, celebrated for its distinctive fragrance, cultural importance, and versatile uses across centuries and civilizations. Its creamy, smooth aroma, derived primarily from the heartwood's rich essential oils, has carved a unique niche in religious rites, perfumery, traditional medicine, and fine craftsmanship. 10.1 Summary of sandalwood's unique legacy. Historical significance. From ancient Indian temples and Chinese palaces to Middle Eastern perfumeries, sandalwood has maintained a revered status. It symbolizes purity, spirituality, and luxury. Cultural depth. Used in rituals, meditation, and art, sandalwood bridges the spiritual and the material, embodying a holistic connection between humans and nature. Economic impact. Despite its limited natural range, sandalwood drives significant industries in perfumery, cosmetics, incense, and woodcraft, contributing to the economies of several countries. Botanical and chemical uniqueness. The hemiparasitic nature of sandalwood and its complex oil chemistry distinguish it from many other aromatic woods, providing a signature scent unmatched in stability and warmth. 10.2 Modern challenges and conservation. The modern era presents a paradox. Increasing demand and reverence for sandalwood coexist with serious threats to its survival. Overharvesting, illegal trade, and habitat loss have pushed natural populations toward endangerment. Efforts to cultivate sandalwood sustainably and regulate its trade are ongoing, but they require continued scientific research for propagation and disease resistance, robust legal frameworks and enforcement to curb illegal harvesting, community engagement and fair economic models that incentivize conservation, promotion of alternative species and synthetic substitutes to relieve pressure on wild stocks. 10.3 Contemporary uses and innovations. In today's world, sandalwood remains relevant through high-end perfumery and cosmetics. Its essential oil forms the backbone of many luxury fragrance formulations and skincare products. Aromatherapy and wellness. Modern aromatherapists harness sandalwood's calming and grounding properties to promote mental health, sustainable and ethical craftsmanship. Artisans blend tradition with eco-conscious practices, using plantation-grown sandalwood and reclaimed materials. Scientific exploration. New research explores sandalwood's potential in antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and neuroprotective applications. 10.4 Global cultural and economic significance. Sandalwood's resonance transcends geographic and cultural boundaries. From the marketplaces of Mysore to international fragrance houses in Paris and New York, it continues to enchant and inspire. As a symbol of nature's beauty and fragility, sandalwood's story is a call to balance human use with ecological stewardship, ensuring this fragrant wood remains a part of our shared heritage for generations to come. Final reflection. Sandalwood is more than just a fragrant wood. It is an enduring emblem of harmony between nature, culture, and commerce. Its timeless scent invites us to pause, reflect, and appreciate the delicate threads that connect the ancient past to our contemporary lives. By respecting its origins and championing sustainable futures, we can ensure sandalwood continues to enrich our sensory and spiritual worlds in the modern age.